Hey, what's up, guys? You're watching The Rerun, the newest furry retro gaming podcast here on YouTube, and I am Retro Coyote with my hair down today. Kind of in comfy mode here. I don't know if you know, but it is freezing, snowing, whatevering outside, which, if you look at it and you're from the north, doesn't seem like a lot. But for us here in Texas, it's pretty crazy. So we're all kind of in our collective goblin mode here, stuck inside, staying warm, doing whatever we can, to keep things going. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching and joining us here today. Again, I'm Retro Coyote, and today what I want to do is I want to talk briefly, again, about GameStop. Because there have been some developments in the GameStop realm of things, so we're going to talk about that. But before we talk about that, if you enjoy the content here on this channel, then please make sure to like and subscribe. We just hit 1,300 subscribers on this channel. That's awesome. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. I really love that you guys think enough of me and enjoy my content enough to support the channel. And if you want a shout out at this point in the video, then please feel free to check out our Patreon. It's only $1 a month. You can support the channel and you get a little shout out in the video. Very cool stuff. Anyway, GameStop, what's going on with them? Well, there are a lot of stores shutting down. Now, we've known that they were going to start shutting stores down here a couple months back. There were some whispers about that. But now, come to find out, certain employees have reported that when they go to check their systems, basically that tell them what inventory they're getting in the store here, that's all listed on like a manifest on their computer. A lot of them are finding these boxes listed, which are labeled as store closing kits. And they have gotten no indication, no heads up from management, from mid-level bosses, from corporate. Nobody's cousin or dog came in to tell them, hey, what's going on? They're just all of a sudden blindsided by the fact that here soon they're not going to have a job anymore. Now, aside from that being kind of a crappy way to tell somebody, yeah, you're going to need to find yourself another job, this really does seem to be the latest stair that GameStop seems to be hitting on its way down the perpetual staircase of failure, which, depending on how you feel, can be, you could point and laugh at like, hey, it's GameStop. And I get that kind of knee-jerk reaction. I absolutely understand that. They've fallen very far from their Funko Land days, and if you're as old as I am, you might remember Funko Land. But for me, while I'm not particularly a big fan of GameStop, I won't deny they need to be. Something like GameStop needs to exist. Several things like GameStop need to exist. Game retail locations, specialized gaming stores. Now, yes, obviously, there are the small business, mom and pop retro gaming stores. And I love those places. I live and breathe for those places, right? But I don't want to say bespoke, but you understand what a more contemporary standard retail business model for gaming needs to exist. For a couple of reasons. One, it's a big market. Gaming isn't what it was back in the 80s or 90s. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry, bigger than, either as big or bigger than Hollywood at this point, okay? And also, for people like us who live and breathe for physical media, GameStop is really another one of those last bastions of physical media. You want to talk about Redbox here recently going out of business. Some of their kiosks are still just there in front of places like, empty monuments to a once great empire. And now here pretty soon, we're going to be looking at old shutdown GameStops the same way we point to places and go, hey, didn't that used to be a Blockbuster? But yeah. So that's been going on, man. And again, it makes me worried because while, yeah, again, I'm not super a fan of GameStop, I don't want them gone. I really am rooting for them, or I really was rooting for them, especially when they started to bring out the whole retro stuff. Yes, they were a bit late to the party, but I really was hoping this could get more feet in the door for them and get them some money. But unfortunately, and I may have said this in a previous video, but it too little too late, you know? And bless them, they really did try everything, didn't they? Cell phones, ThinkGeek, you know, merch, this, that, and the other. Everything but doing what got them people. What got, you know, butts in the door. We all miss those midnight release parties. I went to a couple. I remember going to GameStop for a midnight release party for that Wii game for Star Wars. What was it called? The one where you're Star Killer. Force Unleashed? Force Unleashed. Can you tell I don't play many Star Wars games? Yeah, I remember going to that midnight release party, man. It was awesome. There was pizza, lightsaber fights, there was cosplay. It was a fun time at GameStop. We don't do that anymore. How cool would it be? Because now you can just hit a button and be like, okay, now I wait for an hour for it to download 100 gigs of data to my hard drive. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get to play it by tomorrow. You know, instead you walk up, get your disc, and then you sit there and you read through it on the way home because, you know, you're super excited for it. That was cool. That's where the magic was at, man. Though obviously, you know, digital media is up, you know, it's what the age is. I get it. It just sucks. It really does. It sucks. And I don't see it changing. I don't see GameStop saving themselves. They're going to be closing down stores. They're going to be next. And this is, again, please don't quote me. I'm just an idiot who doesn't know any better. But if nothing changes drastically, and it probably won't because the amount of drastic it would need to be is insane. But if nothing changes, I can see mass layoffs coming up here soon, starting with the low-level guys, the retail dudes, and working their way up the corporate food chain. And with the top guys getting those golden parachutes, you know, they get millions of dollars for ruining a business, and eventually it's sold to another private equity firm, yada, yada. They parted out for cash. It sucks, but GameStop seems to be going the way of Blockbuster and Redbox, and it's nothing really to be done for it now. But anyway, tell me down in the comments. This will be fun. If you were given a budget, what would you do to save GameStop? Tell me down in the comments. And hey, if you enjoy the content here on this channel, then make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, check us out on Patreon. It gets you a shout out in the video. Anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about this week. I'll see you guys next week. Until next time, bye.